friends, FB friends, blog readers. It is really so heartwarming, the response which I have received from of my past few videos, and because the impact is now that can be witnessed here in Pakistan too. I was so worried because the rest of the world community was taking notice of my assertions, but in Pakistan uh, very little impact was being witnessed here. Still, our armed forces are trying to hunt down the student killer, the TTP leader whom had, along with his accomplices, had rather martyred 177 or more than that students and their teachers here in Pakistan. And our valiant armed forces, men and officers, they are trying to hunt him down, and in their quest our brave men were martyred in Shawwal. Three of them were martyred, and I hope their blood will not go in vain. Freedom has its own cost. Well, intelligent beings of Pakistan, they don't make it. They don't make this the freedom they enjoy so costly for themselves that at expense of their lives, we get compelled to protect our fundamental freedoms, but sometimes it becomes necessary. Rather, as I expressed that earlier, that the cost of freedom which we have gained on 14th of August 1947 is being so lavishly paid by the bloods of our sons and daughters of the soil. My generation has witnessed our female pilots sacrificing and fighting against the enemy. In brief, we are a tough nation, and my own two cousins had sacrificed their life for this country in 1971 war. So, no family here in Pakistan is like, it is, each family has sacrificed a lot for this country. And my cousins, they were, one was in Pakistan Army and the other one was Navy. In 71, I was just 10 or 11 years old. They were elders. And so far, their mother is still alive and is awaiting the dead body of my cousin Gulshan, who was in Pakistan Navy. So, no family here is like, I mean, no family we can claim that has not sacrificed for this country. From the last more than 60 years, our people are fighting to retain their freedom which they have gained. And no matter the freedom is not that absolute which it should have been. The constitutional clauses, firstly we were having no 1935 Act was being implemented soon after the creation of Pakistan. Then in 62 there was a constitution for Pakistan, and that was a mockery. Then in 71 the constitution, which was initiated by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, that was a document worth having as a constitution of this country. But even that document has been amended in a way that at one place you are having some rights and then proceed further and the same rights are going to be compromised with some other, that Article 58 2B was there, that has been removed now. That situation is not very ideal as far as our the structure, the game rules which we have in shape of constitution, that are being changed drastically from time to time, and so many amendments protecting the corrupt and mafia agents time and time again gaining power in Pakistan. Their interest has been protected in those clauses. So why suddenly I came towards the constitution and all that? Because the point here is that our armed forces, they always strive to and they do make big sacrifices in defending our freedoms. Then it comes to the political government, elected representatives of the people, to take steps to eliminate the causes of desertions, causes of upheavals, by taking socio-economic measures to prevent such difficult situations again, by having a reasonably good foreign policy, so that we can also live in peace with the rest of the world. And constitution plays a vital role in this, because if the rules of the game are not fair, then it becomes really difficult to have a fair system and to stabilize a country politically, economically. That stability, to achieve that stability, needs some justice, some logic, some wisdom in constitutional clauses. So concern was expressed by some of the friends. So I repeat the whole thing again, that what our political parties are lacking, that is democracy within the political parties. They should have registered members capable of voting when they decide for the candidacy of their party members, as chairman of the party, as vice chairman of the party, as general secretary of the party, as a candidate for National Assembly, as a candidate for Senate, as a candidate for provincial assemblies. Even for local bodies, local government elections, they shall have the same system. Selling party tickets in millions of rupees to the mafia guys, and then they come up with their own agenda finally when they get elected. So it is prudent to pursue all these things. Okay, armed forces are doing their job. Finally, that menace is going to be eradicated. There is one more point which I want to mention about that terrorist leader who was threatening to kill each student here in Pakistan to impose his own Sharia law. That his speech was, some words which he had used were reflecting that he is of Afghan origin, he is not Pakistani. Pashto language is having different dialects, and Afghan dialect is quite different than Pakistani Pashto dialect. So I don't know, they are trying to become illegal transnational actors, the terrorist organizations. I mean, Afghans shall be concerned with their own government, and even there they have been offered recently again by General John that they shall be a part of political process, they shall come through ballot and shall take any step with the people, with the support of the people. I mean, it is really very, it's a reflection of a big madness that only one person or few persons, they want to impose their will upon millions of people. And that is a height of ignorance and dictatorial attitude. So, as in university days, I was in 1990, I was assigned by a senior that while after completion of my MPhil degree, they have told me that okay, you are going to the field, but you will help Army to set up educational institutions here. So I came up with the wholehearted effort. I had worked with Pakistan Air Force in PF College, Kohat. I am a pioneer admin officer of Kohat Garrison College. I worked there for 1 month and had supervised all the admission process. I had established, I had helped establish a school of a very high standard with my, I had helped my colleague, major, he was with me in PF College, a major of Pakistan Army. I had helped him to establish a school of a very high standard, and for 3-6 months, for me it was easy and to develop and to modify an education system conventional into to transform the educational system, which was conventional in nature. Conventional, everybody knows that at the end of the year there will be exams, and for the rest of the year students used to be free, like a freedom itself. Even in schools there was very little class tests or something like that. So I came up with the idea of implementing semester system with certain modifications, and I had to concentrate on that for and to lecture everybody concerned, because I had to train the staff and all that. I by myself, I alone cannot implement. So now, by the grace of God, cohort is like a Boston. We have colleges, we have universities, we have numerous schools of very good standard here. So my assignment was very clear from the very first day that I am supposed to uh, work for the betterment of my country, and I have to have my armed forces in that. And I am doing it in all capacities now. I do have, I'm from FDMA, I'm still off duty, and with the as a monitoring officer, because some of them, they don't like monitoring at all. And that is now being taken by the NAB seriously. Somehow those who are anti-monitoring or anti-education or honesty, they are being booked, they are in jails now. But we are still, I mean, probably due to security reasons or whatsoever it is, but neither the salaries are restored nor the offices are restored. I'm still working for Associated Press of Pakistan, because nobody leaves me unemployed here. And I'm doing my job wholeheartedly. I do mostly uh, I mostly write news reports on daily basis. So for Associated Press of Pakistan, so I'm sort of, I mean, tired, overworked. That's why for friends, especially the one from Hazara division who came up with the argument that how I can work as a journalist in such a difficult area, and so I'm being trained like this, that I do not feel irritated or victim of fear or anything. Duty is duty, and okay, there were responding to the same question raised by the friend in Hazara division of Pakistan from Abbottabad, that in the line of duty you have to, I mean, work anywhere wherever you are being posted. And okay, let me tell all of you, and with the details, it is the written account of those incidents are being given there in the blog. And on 13th of May 2013, the suicide bomb attack was carried out upon me near Army Public School here in Kohat, the road which leads towards Kohat through Jungle Khel. So at the back of the Army Public School, a man with long hair riding a motorbike had collided his motorbike with the vehicle in which I was, the third vehicle which I had changed while coming from FDMA head office Peshawar towards Kohat, because I was having two jobs. So in the morning I used to attend my office there, and in the evening I had to see this region, Kohat, and then obviously my stay in Peshawar was next to impossible. Besides my family, my home is here in Kohat, so I used to travel daily basis between Kohat and Peshawar. Used to cross the tribal area of Daradam Hill twice a day, and my security uh, trainer, the colonel of Pakistan Army, I cannot take his name because of the security reasons. I cannot mention his name, but he has trained me like this, that I am supposed to, while traveling, I used to change vehicles uh, every day, and they know the best why they were asking about it, but probably they were trying to hide the identity of vehicle in which I am traveling. So the third vehicle was changed when I reached Kohat and was heading towards Kohat city. When that suicide bomber, he had collided his vehicle uh, with the vehicle in which I am sitting there in front seat. So the mirror was, you see, in pieces. The front mirror of vehicle windscreen was, and obviously I had seen him from quite a distance because I was sitting in front. So when he was coming towards us, uh, keeping my previous experiences in view, I had just did this to protect my eyes. I knew that if he collides with the vehicle, the windscreen can damage my eyes, because already one colleague of mine, he was hospitalized because somebody had attempted the same thing upon him, and his windscreen of his car was broken and his eyes were damaged too, and then he was hospitalized. So luckily, when he had collided his vehicle, neither his explosive waste or whatsoever he was tying along with his body, they were not exploded, and probably it was an army area, so probably the jammers were there. That's why he was unable to explode his explosive waste, but all other things were done. I mean, the huge motorbike which he had rammed into the vehicle in front seat, I was sitting there, and obviously the windscreen was broken into pieces, and the driver was hurt, and I by myself, I don't know how God has saved me, but no harm was done. Only some stress was there on the knee, and then I came out from vehicle with my briefcase. That bag was there, laptop and everything, which I used to carry while on duty. And I found that suspected suicide bomber laying on the road. And again, my orders were the same, that I'm not supposed to tackle a suicide bomber by myself. So I just had to walk, because in army you have to obey the orders. I mean, FDMA is not an army, but we work along with the 11th Corps of Pakistan Army. So I walked away from a place where the suicide bomber was laying unconscious on the road, and at least 300 yards distance, I have seen a policeman walking towards him. Probably they had tackled him finally, and then I came back home. And the other day I was again there on duty in Peshawar. so many times my vehicle was hit. Rocket attacks were there inside the Radham Hill in tribal area while coming back towards home or while going towards duty. And okay, God saves us. And the risks are here. I mean, it is not easy as friends enjoyed it. Okay, the report has there or the analysis is there, and the one who goes through the process, I mean, um, it is not that there was a security lapse, but though the area is so big, during my traveling, I used to see the army men, they used to take over the tribal area, road in tribal area. The area is so big, if somebody is firing rockets from the hills, not everywhere can be, it is possible to post army people to clear the whole area because the troubled region of Afghanistan is, we are having a very long border with Afghanistan, so uh, they shuttle around between uh, Pakistan and Afghanistan. The terrorists, whenever there is a pressure upon them, they just sneak into Afghanistan, and when there is a pressure upon them in Afghanistan, they sneak into Pakistan. So it's a long border, a very porous one. So I hope that that friend in Aptabad, he knows that. But what that nightmare type of assignment which I was having with FDMA, that has caused me definitely the trauma was there. Obviously, when so many attempts on your life are made, no matter how brave you are, whatsoever, but you're a human being, and obviously there is going to be some impact upon your nerves and traumatic feelings. I do care about IDPs too much while helping them in FDMA. I used to suggest that counseling to trauma hit IDPs because they were away from their homes, away from their region even. So, and in very difficult circumstances, they had to leave their places, their homes. So I mostly used to suggest counseling and all that, and that was being done to them. But I by myself, when I was affected uh, with these rampant attacks, because finally on 4th of January 2013, uh, those secret attackers, they came in front of me, but they were wearing those masks and everything. Like Casper, they were covering their bodies. One among them was very tall, and so they were three in number. And here, near in my town, hometown, in Karachi town, where I do live, near the mosque, when I went out for the evening walk, and it was not too late. But those three, they appeared and with very sophisticated guns, and one among them was very tall. But thanks God that they were Pashto speakers, and the tall one, then he has tried to create some terror by creating a huge voice that, oh, give me the money and all. And I started laughing to him because he was foolish enough. If I would have put my hand into my pocket, uh, you know that though me, I never keep any gun or but I could have treated him with something else because he was all the three were quite at a distance from me, and one among them was intelligent, and I started laughing, and I said, okay, okay, calm down, Mr. Whosoever you are, you can you can get what you want, but you have to be very polite with me. I do not obey the dictates of terrorists or anything, anyone. So the short heighted among them, he came forward and he had put his hand in my pocket, and my cell phone, and money and service card and all that taken away by him. And then suddenly, obviously, nobody leaves me without security, so the security cars were there. And the way they have seen the moment they have seen those headlights of the cars, they had escaped. And then the next day, I got back my service card and everything. They had thrown it. Here. Or rather, after 3 days, I have got back. I had my identity card and service card and all that. They had thrown it near the road, and someone had collected it and had returned it back to me. So it is not only me who has been, my own colleagues earlier, they were being dealt like this. One was plundered on University Road in Peshawar, and there, at that time the burglars were, the terrorists were riding a car, and from inside car they had make their guns visible to him and had taken away all his salary and everything. So life is like this, but then finally, what has happened, that okay, uh, I haven't left this area, but, with the coordination with Pakistan Armed Forces, everything has been cleared here now, and Kohat is now a most ideal place on this earth, law and order wise. Okay, sometimes some murders and everything is there, small burglaries and all these things are there, but not at that scale, at the scale of the year 2014. That that crime wave has been eradicated from Kohat now. So no job is for Pakistani citizens. Pakistan is the ideal geographical location of the world. We have deserts, we have lofty mountains, uh, we have snowy areas in our lofty mountains, and we have hot areas like Jacobabad, Sibi, and we have all the seasons. Beautiful spring is the weakness of the whole world. Pakistani spring is the most beautiful spring on earth. Especially my area, our water and our crops are very sweet. Even Britishers were unwilling to leave it. The huge garrison was made by them here on my ancestral lands, but they had paid for it. I mean, it was not like this that Britishers, they just and fair people. So now in garrison area, we do have only our own graveyard, well guarded by Pakistan Armed Forces, and the land which was very precious land of the Quad, the prime land of Quad, because that was irrigated by the permanent 5 springs of water of Kohat, which are having the most sweet and cool water in the world. So we have some lands there in the garrison area, near the garrison area, where my youngest brother lives. He has built home there. So this is the situation around me. I mean, I never get compelled by my own economic factors to do any job. It is the government of Pakistan which engages me. The previous job with FTMA was assigned to me by Governor KPK, and I was called. And obviously, I do not hesitate to serve my country, but I do not go for it. My training is like this. I do not go for it for anything by myself. And sometimes my friends they joke around with me. My younger brothers were frustrated because I was delaying my marriage. I was having my own high ideals and I wanted to achieve that. So here people, our younger ones are so obedient and they thought that if the elder one gets married first and then we will. So there was a pressure of family and the mom has decided to clear the way for the younger ones by making me agree to get married and all that. So it's a our culture is like this. I'm the eldest son, and I never ever was even our family friends in Europe and America. They always assure me that you don't have to run after anything, and I never did that. So, but of course, I love to help my friends anywhere in the world, and I do have resources, other friends who can reach to help them. Then nobody let me go to the desert areas of Middle East or in high temperatures. Uh, I don't know why, but my situation is like this, and so I hope that that friend on Aptabad is not is now clear about the whole thing that like all other Pakistanis, I'm also proud of my country. I love my country and I serve it at the risk of my life. Uh, being a privileged person that I don't have those economic compulsions and I do have a family rich enough to take care of my needs and so some of my friends here they say that you're too difficult to handle and I say okay it is not so. I'm the most reasonable and logical person. uh, Anyone can confirm it from my family. I never behaved in a odd fashion or I had never put myself in an embarrassing situation. Okay, my humor sense is there with friends. I do laugh a lot. I do crack jokes even. I write humor sometimes. Uh, and I love my friends. And always try to make myself able to help them in a real sense. And I think that if there is a refuge place for uh, someone, the best refuge place for the friends of mine, the real friends of mine, that is Pakistan. Because here we were together while studying in uh, Pakistan, in Islamabad, Quaid Azam University. The most ideal place to live in a secure environment, to invest in a secure environment, that is in Pakistan. And the criticism which you have, if you have ever heard from my, uh, through my expressions, that is, we are perfectionists and we try to develop our country. I mean, it is in a good faith. If one maniac is trying to kill Pakistani students, it does not mean that the whole Pakistan is a hell. we still can protect, we can still uh, uh, protect and provide for our friends in need, the real friends. Uh, and for their investments, Pakistan is a very ideal place. Our Prime Minister, he believes in privatization. I do believe in privatization. And my faith in privatization gets stronger and stronger when I see that in my office, or not all of them, but many of them, they use their seats as their own papa's property. So, there is a great scope for privatization because the government jobs are being taken as their own property, and they start behaving. Say, for example, you will go to the account section, and the manager of accounts will behave when it will come. When it will come to pay your salary, he will behave in a way that as he is giving the whole thing from his own pocket. So, so fond of, so fond and so eager are they to have to own something. So, in violation of government rules, they will. Some of them are a bit corrupt too because they will keep your salaries in banks to get interest and will delay your salaries for 6 months, for 4 months, for 3 months, just to receive handsome interest on it. NAB is after everybody these days. Army is taking care of everything. And I think that politicians shall also help. The tips which I had given in the beginning regarding political parties, they shall. What will happen if offices within the political parties being are become representative in nature and are elected through their own party members, registered party members? That will help them to secure those families. I mean, the mafia-like situation, the hereditary political institutions here are having two dimensions. One is negative, the other is positive. Say, for example, Mia Nawaz Sharif is very sacrificing person. That he loves his country and he damn cares about his life. He takes the risk by himself and leading his party since last many years. And same is the case with Bhuttos, and same is the case with others who are having hereditary political parties. That is a positive aspect, that they want to sacrifice, they want to take the risk of their lives to help the people of this country. And the negative aspect is that it gives them a mafia-like look. Besides, there is the democratic process within their parties will also decrease risks to their lives, because the Bhutto family now only Zulfi and Fatma are alive. Bilawal is the son of Zardari. Zardari is a Baloch Sardar, Asim Ali Zardari, an honorable man, many times jailed for probably for jealousy because nothing was proved against him. And the whole Bhuttos, I mean Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and now after going through all these experiences, direct interaction with my people and their assertions, I have realized that some people, they don't want it in a difficult shape. They want everything easy. I mean, the Taliban agenda, that you just read Holy Quran and now you are top of everything. You can be anything in this country and that is enough. So that is easy way out. To have a democracy, to have a transparent and fair system, to have a democracy within the political parties, these are difficult ideas to implement and needs a lot of brain and knowledge too. So many people do escape from him. Why they have hanged Bhutto? Because he was difficult for them. It is really easy for them to have a simple dictator than to deal with a literate man of Harvard who is trying to develop the institutions, political institutions and educational institutions and economy and all that. In Bhutto days, that he was also, and his friends were economic, I say, miracles here, and they came up with the things which never ever anyone else, even People's Party by itself after Bhutto, was unable to implement that. In the days of Bhutto, I by myself, I was too young, and my uncle was from education department, was from a salaried class. So once he has told me, and I was too young but was able to understand that the Bhutto has linked the salaries with uh, inflation rate. If the inflation rate goes high, your salary will automatically increase. And if the inflation rate comes down, your salary will be normal. So, with the rate of inflation, the salaries were used uh, to be adjusted, and that was a real genius. That economic wizard of him, Dr. Mubashir Hassan, or whosoever he was. I don't remember the exact. I was too young at that time, and he was really taking care of the people, especially of a salaried class. What is the difference between him and he was too, patriotic, and he was against that privatization. And I like Mia Saab's, as I have told you, the reasons which I have before me, that even in government offices, people are behaving that if the government department is their own papa's property. So everybody is so eager to have something here. So Mia Saab is great. He's heading towards privatization. I like this. People of Pakistan, they like this. Everybody wants to own something here, even if it's a government department. So that eagerness is so great that even, I mean, it becomes really difficult to manage the whole thing and to behave the people, to make people behave in accordance with rules and regulations of the departments. So it's funny, but somehow it's quite encouraging too, because private sector will definitely, if there is a large scale privatization, our people will definitely do miracles. They will try to, though they often engage me sometimes uh, when when a private university owner and college owner was collapsed economically, then he had requested Pakistan Armed Forces, and a friend of mine in Pakistan Army, he came and he had requested me to help him out, and that for 3 years I was engaged in 4 jobs a day, and for 3 years I was with him, and as a principal of College of Education, and as a vice chancellor of a university, a private university, and during first 3 months I have succeeded with the help of my staff, and by improving the salary structure and through other incentives, and by giving them guidelines in meetings regularly. Both the institutions were out from the crisis, and eventual income here in a place like Kohat was more than 60 lakh rupees. both the institutions were facing huge deficit, losses every year. And after 3 months, the institutions had started giving profit, and the net profit at the end of the 3 year was 60 lakh rupees. I talked to him that, okay, now that everything is fine with you, so uh, and there is, I mean, I have my own life too, doing 3 jobs at one time, and in an incentive-less environment, because the owner by himself was I mean, the same Pakistani stuff. In Punjab, the incentives and all these things are there. Here in NWFP, they think that they are something really big if they have got hold of an educated person and he is working for them. And so he was unable to give me any incentive and disinterest. And then I am a literate person. I know the health cost of doing overwork and all that. And besides, I'm from a privileged family. I don't. I'm not compelled to do jobs for anyone. Though I have a regard for Pakistan Army, for political elite of my country, elders of my country. I do cooperate with them, but not at expense of my health, mental health, or physical. So finally, I had left that guy on payment because he was unable to give any incentive to me in return of my those achievements for him. That was not only uh, that money which he has received, but my students, they had received the results, 99% results for university every year, and that 73% result for that College of Education that is being affiliated with Peshawar University, and nowhere, never ever in history of Kohart, any affiliated institution with Peshawar University had achieved that much big result. And I used to deliver lectures by myself too. You know, I never behaved like a big vice chancellor and not talking to anybody. Or I was giving the knowledge plus guidelines to my students too every year. So, in brief, if we are having good managers here, our people in private sectors, in private sector, are having quite eagerness towards this, and they will definitely invest, and there will be large-scale employment if they succeed in their ventures, and they are doing it. In Punjab, situation is quite good. In Sindh, situation is quite good. Balochistan and Kashmir and this KPK, these provinces, and province of Gilgit, a newly created one, they need some attention, and obviously. But my insistence will be that whatsoever project has been initiated here in private sector, that shall be environment friendly, because we must breathe in fresh environment, in fresh air, to reap the benefits of our efforts. If we by ourselves go sick, or mentally or physically affected, then what is the use of this advancement? At the human cost, at the cost of humans, we are not supposed to erect buildings. My philosophy, the philosophy which I am being taught by my family, by my American friends, our British family friends since the days of my convent, that I can share that philosophy with you, and that is that money, luxury, belongings, all of all sort, are for you. You are not for them. You are important. If your quest for these things are making you disabled mentally, physically, emotionally, or taking you away from your family, the happiness which one can have being a family man, if after belongings, after worldly things, if a person is being compelled to uh, sacrifice all this and okay, for brief period of time everybody do this, that is good, because each family has economic needs too. But one thing that which is very common here in subcontinent, that you will never ever make the money your god, money or your car or your heli or anything. Nothing is more important than you. Use all this, you'll get more. As I'm getting more and more every day, I do work hard to and to get all these things. And one has to work intelligently too. And you're not supposed to expose yourself to harsh temperatures for money. If you can afford to have some income in your own country, and we're trying to make our own country better because we have oil, we have gold, we have everything. And so never become a worshipper of money or any worldly, any material thing. They're not more than important for you. A major friend of mine of Pakistan Army, he used to say, "Sir, if I give a specific brand of vehicle to someone, he will not drive it. I know that he loves that thing. He will just pick that vehicle on his head and start moving around because he worships that vehicle." So that is that should not be the case. Everything in this world is for you, utilize for your own good, but don't worship that. Don't kill yourself for it. Don't damage yourself for it. So I hope that I did some justice with the queries which are raised before me, and though some of the points really, my memory is perfect, and if any point has been ignored, I mean, I'm sorry for that. And okay, it is not end of the world. I can make more videos. And, hope that my way of doing things and my way of looking towards life is it is not though it is very it is specified to a very small class of people, and generally people are doing very crazy things to be something, to be, especially that government jobs in offices, or to be a prime minister of a country, or of a president of a country. These I mean, what my way of doing things is that once I was offered a big slot of this categories which I have mentioned, and when I have analyzed the whole thing, I came to know that the structure is illegal. So I refused. I said, okay, you do it by yourself. Yeah. Me, as a correspondent, as a university vice chancellor, principal of college, I'm helping you. And once you have taken over, we, my correspondent job is with the government news agency. So we are government servants. We are bound to work in whosoever is in power. We are not supposed to uh, uh, put ourselves in trouble. But of course, with writings, with lectures, I used to try to educate them. And here is the point which I was just forgetting. That was a concern of someone that the political parties, they are supposed to educate the people. The things which I have told you regarding party membership, regarding elections within the party, these are known to many of your leaders, and they are supposed to educate you, the political party members, and how to do all this. They are supposed to create a structure for you, everything. But somehow, I don't know why they are not doing it. And there is, in response to my previous video, there was a survey, and finally they came out that only one party is having a democratic structure in Pakistan, and that is Jamaat Islami. Oh, I do have friends there, and in university days they were quite active, and I have studied their structure. They are not democratic at all. Their party bearers, office bearers, are paid people. But their problem is that to reach a higher rank in party, each member of the Jamaat Islami has to go through brainwashing. They stop him from watching TV, from reading newspapers, from listening to radio even, and they're all office bearers are compelled to read the books written by Maulana Maududi Sahib. So that is a brainwashed self. They do not accept any new ideas, or they cannot adjust themselves to the changing needs of the times, or to be a part of a democratic setup. Their stance is always quite dictatorial, and the structure is dictatorial. That's why their number has been grown small, and they're not almost out from politics now. So actually, we don't have any political party having real democracy in it. And to prove that they are not, I mean, the families which are having these hereditary political parties, um, my own family, my family of in-laws are having relations with all these families, and very close relations, especially with Bhuttos. My brother is quite near, and with Mia Saab, my Asad uncle, cousin of my father-in-law. He by himself is a big contractor of Pakistan. So he's in his party, and so with everybody, with Imran Bhaijan, I by myself, his cousin Suhail Khan was my senior in university, and now he's in police department. And Niazi's, one Colonel Niazi is a close friend of my Baba, and Brigadier Niazi is a close friend of my cousin and me too. And so it is not anything personal. I just want to save their lives by making the thing more democratic, when their party is more democratic. So their lives are not at stake, but they will have the honor to initiate a political party which is serving Pakistan. They will go into history with a very good name, all of them, if they initiate these things. Real democracy within their own political parties. But and if there will be a change in chairman and everything every year, not only the standard politicians will emerge, but the lives of few families who are taking the risk will be saved. Porto family is an example because father and then daughter, and both are martyred. Even the brothers of Bibi were martyred. So no person in their family except that Fatma and Zulfikar has been left alive. So to avoid these risks, it is good to have a democracy in each political party. This is one way, a realistic way to provide security to my country fellows, whether they are in politics or whatsoever. And these are the ways which politicians can help army to create a better situation here in Pakistan. A good governance, the target of good governance we can achieve only that we are having able professional politicians, which today someone was giving explanation of that professional politician means that they will take whatever forcefully. No, it is not the case. Professional politicians means that they are having specialized knowledge in their field and they are capable of implementing it, and by this way they move further, because naive person cannot, if we put him or her into power, they put themselves into trouble by annoying everybody, by doing injustices. So each politician shall have a good knowledge of constitution, constitutional law and all that, and especially of American political system, because the world has to move along with the changing interests of the American lobbies there in Washington. And if the conflict arise between American interest and interest of any country, then you know what happens there. So, keeping the fact in view that they are the most dominant power on earth, so their system shall be understood and shall be their interest shall be taken into consideration, and if there is some conflict-like situation, shall be initiated. Shall negotiations shall be initiated to reach a common point and to remove the differences peacefully, because war with USA, everybody knows. So especially Japanese, if you ask them, they will tell you that being nasty with America is really very difficult. Anyway. So I hope that now all the concerns are being addressed, raised by my friends recently, and I wish all of you all the best, and I hope that world leaders will strive to move this world towards more prosperity, more peace,